From anguish to frustration, families of the missing passengers shouting out as they meet with South Korea's president and learn the horrifying details of how the disaster unfolded. This video shows the lifeboats still attached to the ferry as it was sinking. As passengers clung for their lives, CNN affiliate YTN reports only one of the 46 lifeboats was deployed. Video shows passengers sitting inside the sinking ship wearing their life jackets. Why? Because of the ship-wide announcement from the crew. We were told to stay where you are, says this young passenger, so we stayed. But the water kept coming up. South Korea is a culture that prizes obeying your superiors. Students told reporters that their classmates who listened to the stay-put order obediently remained in their rooms and likely never made it out. More than 300 of the 475 passengers were high school students on a 4-day field trip. The first of the students' bodies are returning to their hometown. Frustration mounting in the search area. Weather, including high waves, slowed the search for possible survivors. Several parents planned to take a boat to the accident site, but turned back after many of them became so upset they fainted. Meanwhile, questions swirled around the captain, why he saved himself, while hundreds of his passengers, many just children like this rescued 6-year-old girl, were sinking in the frigid Yellow Sea. I am sorry, he told reporters. I am at a loss of words.
Kyung, I know you had seen some of the text messages between the parents and their children, and I know there's an update on one of them, and the son had texted his mother, "Mom, in case I don't get to say this, I love you." And he sent this to his mother. She, at that point, had no idea there was anything amiss. She said, "Why? Of course, I love you too, my son." And for a while, we heard nothing from him, that he might have died. What have you learned?
We actually have a happy update to this particular text message. We have learned that he was indeed rescued off of the ship. We're not certain if he was picked up in the waters off of the ship or if he was pulled out of the ship directly, but he has been reunited with his mom. This sort of joyful, upbeat news is part of the reason why we're seeing some of these family members who are gathered here at this dockside, who are grieving, who are becoming increasingly frustrated, still holding on to their cell phones, Aaron. They are hoping that somehow they're going to get a text message from their children. Because of stories like this, they're just not getting them.
Just imagine them clutching those phones. I mean, you know, Kyung, you mentioned something about the culture in South Korea that was fascinating. You know, people say, well, gosh, if the ship was sinking, even if they said to stay below deck, wouldn't you just run to the top? Wouldn't you run to get out? But that perhaps culture could have played a role in why so many students chose to not abandon ship. What exactly do you mean?
It's really unimaginable for most of us in the Western world, especially those of us who live in America, to imagine staying aboard a sinking ship. But here in Korea, what is prized in children is obedience. Respecting your elders is something that is drilled in you from the moment you were born. And that is something that is very strong in this culture. And so, of course, if these children are told to stay put, and we are talking about children, many of them elementary age, many of them high school age, of course they would stay, even if the ship is sinking. And that's what has families here so upset, because they were following the cultural norms. Those norms, those rules should not have been executed in the way it was on that ship. And that's what we're hearing from these families.